Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. This is Nicole M. Louie, the Social Worker Strategy Mentor. It's so good to be going live again. It's been a little while, but it's nice to be here. I hope that you're all well and you're having a beautiful day so far. I'm going to wait for people to join. This is very impromptu today. But yeah, I wanted to join because I had a few things I wanted to share and say that I think will be helpful for others to hear. So please do join me. And the other place I forgot to be streaming to is Instagram. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. I'll have to go on Instagram afterwards and share it. But I hope that everyone is well here on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on my YouTube channel. Hello to everyone. I hope that you're well. So I'm jumping on. This isn't going to be a long broadcast at all. Hello to launchers that are joining me and watching wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to have you here this evening. And for those of you that don't know me, my name's Nicole M. Louie. I'm the Social Worker Strategy Mentor. And that means I help social workers who are stuck really in their career, but more so very unhappy where they are and want to become fully independent, but are scared and don't know how to make that leap and how to even take the steps. And they're worried whether or not it's for them. So I give you my blueprint and I hold your hand through the entire process so you can become fully independent. So that's what I do. So I wanted to share a few things. First and foremost, today is the day where I'm spotlighting one of my mentees, Khadija Tai. I will actually tag her in the comments. And you might have seen a post that I did earlier today about her, just celebrating her. I really am in awe of her and proud of her. She is one of my Accelerate Now students, and she's actually created her independent practice and she's moving forward with it really well. But the thing that I wanted to share about her story is the fact that she had so many setbacks, personal setbacks. She was very, very fearful and worried about whether or not it was going to work for her, whether independence is going to be fruitful for her. One of the main things that she wanted was to be able to work on her own terms. She wanted to be able to not work so hard. She was a service manager and working like 60 hours a week. And she felt she didn't have much time for herself or her husband. And, you know, there were other things that she wants to pursue in life that she felt, you know, was holding her back from doing that by remaining in local authority work. And so she's amazing at her job, but she just felt she wanted something more and to do it on her own terms. And she didn't know where to start. So then she found me and we began working together and her confidence has grown. But even on the journey, you know, she was still worried initially about how this was going to work. She couldn't quite see the plan unfold before her eyes. And I think it wasn't until as she got kind of halfway and 3/4 of the way through, her confidence really shot through the roof. And she experienced other things on the journey. She experienced bereavement. She had so many setbacks. A lot of family members died, but also, again, mindset. And she really pushed through those things. And she didn't allow those things to be a barrier. She actually allowed it to enable her to be more motivated. And so we all get in and have that experience from time to time where we lose motivation. And depending on what the situation is, we are more apt to bounce back and just keep going. Whereas other times, you know, we may just fall back into being unmotivated and we can get a bit stuck and not sure how to move forward. So today I want to share 7 tips with you that will really help you become remotivated, rather, not unmotivated, remotivated. We want to get you remotivated. And these are things that also I do. These really do work. These are things that I use whenever I feel in a flunk. We all get them. It doesn't matter whether you're independent, you know, working for local authority, working for somebody else. It's just life, and sometimes life happens. So I'm going to be sharing that. So stick around if you're interested. But before I do, I just want to let you know, give you a couple of announcements that I have coming out. Some videos I'm going to be doing about how you can price your services, and I've also got a video about branding with zero budget that's coming out, and you're going to be able to get the show notes and things like that for it. So watch this space. I'm busy in the background creating lots and lots of content for you. I have my little studio and my lighting over there and stuff. So that's going to be coming soon. It's really exciting. So let's get into the meaty stuff. Okay, let's get into these 7 tips. I've actually written them down. And the thing that I want to say also about when you're independent or making the move towards independence, there's some characteristics that are really important for you to have. You have to be somebody who's determined. You have to be focused and know what you want. You may not know how to get there, and you may even have a little poor clarity around what independence exactly would look like for you, but you've got a rough outline and you've got to be committed, right? You have to be committed to want this so that you can continue moving forward. So those are some key things. So let's get on to the tips. There are 7 tips that I have for you. The first one, when you feel unmotivated, flat, a bit low, unsure, stuck, uneasy, first thing I want you to do is remember. Remember that you have been here before in life and you didn't stay there. Okay, this happens to us more than once in our lifetime, and it will continue to happen because there's such thing as imposter syndrome, and not just that, just sometimes life gets on top of you. Things are happening around you, whether it is bereavements or you're not getting as far as you want to in life, and you've got maybe the wrong people around you that aren't motivating you, or whatever it may be. We all have that in life, but we've also all had the experience of moving forward. It's something that you go through. It's not something that you stay in. So I want you to remember that you've been here before and you will get past this and you will be okay. All right. Second thing is be honest. Be honest with yourself, even if it's with nobody else. Nobody else needs to know, but you've got to be honest with yourself. And what I mean by that is be honest about what are the things that you're not doing that's helping you to stay in that situation and to be in that situation. Now, depending on what the circumstance is, you may not have done anything to enable the current situation of you feeling unmotivated, but sometimes it may be things that we have not done, whether that's a physical thing, of not doing our exercise to get the endorphins going, whether or not we've not been focused on doing our affirmations, so that we can have the right mindset and the frontal lobe is in action, to help us make the right decisions, so that we can actually position ourselves to be in a place where we remain motivated. Whatever it is, I just want you to be honest and recognize. Try to trace cause to effect so that you're in a better and stronger position to actually take different action, and you can have a different outcome. So be honest with yourself. Nobody else needs to know. Something that's really private between you and God and yourself. All right. And you just need to be honest with yourself. Write it down and think to yourself, have I been here before? When I've been here in this stuckness and unmotivatedness, was it the same things that I did before that led me here? And if it is, that is a huge light bulb moment, and it gives you a great opportunity to make a change. Okay, so that's the second thing. And the third thing, I would say, is revisit your goals. This is for me a game changer. I am a listicle person. I love a good list. I love writing things down, notepads, pens. I love stationery. So whenever I get into like a little flunk and I start feeling a bit anxious and I get worried, I do the remembrance step, I do the be honest step, but I also then revisit my goal and I say, okay, what are the things that I need to do? What else could I do? Sometimes I get those light bulb moments when I've done those first 2 steps and I say, right, this is stuff that I need to do. So then I'll add that to my goals. I'll add that to maybe one of the steps in my goal, because I have in my goal section, in my planner, for those of you that know, I have a planner and I can show you here. I think I've left one of the pages blank, but in the goal, let's look at this, what this page is blank. In the goals, in this goal section, I'm able to revisit it. So the hurdles, and then I'm able to put the solutions. And so I will revisit that, and month on month, because it's a quarterly planner. So every month I can go back and say what worked, what didn't. And so I'm actually able to put in there and be really honest with myself and say, okay, this really didn't work. This was actually a hurdle that I hadn't considered before. So I'll put that in and then think about the solution. And so revisiting my goals is also really helpful. And if it's related, like my lack of motivation, if it's related to me feeling, okay, you're not getting as far as you thought you would have by this time of the month, then it enables me again to track what I'm doing, how I need to do it, and maybe there are more things I need to add to the list, maybe there are more things I need to delegate out. So the same can be true for you. What are the things when you revisit your list that you see that either you put too much of, not enough of, where you need to revisit it and look at your hurdles, look at, do a proper review of your goals. And sometimes it can literally just be a mini list for that day. Like you may have had something planned already that you have in your planner, but the way you're feeling, it is just not leaving you available to achieve it. So revisit the board, go back to the drawing board and just create a new list for today, even if it means you do it on a post-it note and stick it on that day and just revisit it, and then you can tick it off, and psychologically that can also assist. So that's number 3. Number 4, I have put pray and meditate. This works for me. And there are times where I just don't feel like praying. For those of you that are my launchers, you know that I'm a Christian. And so prayer is really important for me. So I actually have set alarms on my phone to remind me to pray at certain times of the day, just so that I can take a moment out just to reflect, meditate, and just stop. Like I want time to stand still and for me to just recenter myself, even if I'm on a roll. And so particularly when you don't feel motivated, prayer is such an important thing to do. And we can often not feel like praying or meditating at that time, but it's one of the greatest things we can do. So I encourage you to do that. And the prayer would really be about focusing on what's important and gratitude. So the first thing is gratitude, thanking God for the things that are going right, that you have tangibly, emotionally, cognitively, things that you have achieved and the things that you want to be able to achieve. And you're thanking him that you are going to achieve it. So you're expectant. All right. And then after the gratitude, kind of asking, maybe put in what's called your shopping list of the things that you would like the help with for that day. So that specific thing that you're feeling unmotivated, bring your feelings to him, and what you're feeling like and how you'd like to feel, and ask for strength. That really works for me and is helpful. So then the next one, number 5, is talk to a friend. So you've spoken to God, but God also places friends in our life that we can have a natter with. And for those that are my launchers, you'll know that I encourage you as part of your support network to have a professional and personal support network of people that do different things. So here's where you would use one of your A team, one of your friends. Okay. And so give them a call. It might mean that you arrange a time to meet up with them that day, or maybe it's just having a little natter on the phone, or schedule something a bit more, maybe like a spa day or a walk or something. Psychologically, when you know that's coming, that can really assist you with being able to refocus and just feel good about yourself again. And always have that friend in your arsenal that really is so motivating and inspirational and just has the right words to say. We all need one of those friends, right? So call on them at that time. And then the next one is take action. Take action. This is a big thing. It's great to do all those things. And now that you've revisited your goal, you've asked God for the help, you've spoken with a good friend, start taking some action. And that may mean simply diarizing what you are going to do. So remember, a little while ago, I spoke about even writing a new list on a post-it note and sticking it in your planner. That will be excellent to do. That's important. But taking action on it is even more important, because that's what's going to give you the shift. When you start taking action, you are feeling that you are closer to your goal, and you are actually getting close to your goal because you are doing something. And so when those feelings of demotivation comes in, you're going to remember that actually you've got this in hand because you have a list, you're working your list, and you are getting closer to your destination. No longer are you in a place of just feeling, oh, I'm not achieving, I'm not doing what I need to do, whatever that may be. Rather, you be able to say, okay, yeah, I do feel like that, but remember, I've got this plan for tomorrow, so that's gone. I can check that off my list. I've also got this other thing that I'm doing, so that's in hand. Immediately, you start to dispel the cognitive distortions that are coming in. Yeah, so this is a bit of CBT, and this is actually enabling you to just remember the reality of the situation, rather than creating a story in your head that isn't necessarily true, because you're actually doing things to mitigate the reality, which is causing those feelings, right? And then the last and final one that I would say, which I feel is really, really important, is that you take some time off. Self-care. So I know a minute ago I just said taking action, but self-care is taking action, right? And so part of that list that you have may be, you know what, today I just can't deal with anything. I'm just emotionally not in a place. I need to reconfigure. So I've got my little note, new list with my post-it note, or I've sat down and reconfigured my planner for this week. And so what now I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the rest of the day off, and I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do a bit of exercise. I'm going to take a nice long hot bath and watch one of my favorite programs on YouTube. One of my favorites right now is Love Goals, you know, whatever it might be. And you just do that and take some opportunity for self-care and relax, and then hit it tomorrow hard, right? Plan to get up on time, make sure you're keeping yourself hydrated, do all the things that you know you need to do that's on your list. Don't overwhelm yourself and give yourself a list that's unrealistic. And you know, you'll know that by, if you've watched enough of my videos where I talk about planning and goal planning, you know, the planner that I have looks at that a lot in terms of taking action and being able to diarize things that's realistic within the time scale that you have for the day. And so take action and do self-care. So I am going to just recap over those things again. There are 7 of them. The first one is remember. The second one is be honest with yourself. You know, remember that you've been here before, you'll get through it. Again, be honest with yourself. What are the things that you have contributed to where you are, so you could trace cause and effect, take accountability, and know, okay, I need to do something different. C, revisit your goals. Revisit your goals. Oftentimes it can be, this lack of motivation could be, I'm not where I want to be. So revisit your goals. Check in whether these goals are realistic, whether you've put too much on your plate, whether you need to just tweak them a little bit, and make sure that you're reviewing them all the time. And then D, pray and meditate. You know, ask God for the strength and the vision. Place them in his hands and allow him to do his amazing stuff through you. Okay. And therefore you work hand in hand with him. Talk to a friend as well, because it's great to have somebody that you can meet up with, speak with on the phone, somebody who's your cheerleader in your corner. And then take action. Take action. Again, be accountable. And I really do, I encourage you. Right now we have the October to December planner that is out. This is packed with everything that you need, from tracking your expenses, your health, your skin, fitness. It has a day to a page, and it has 7 pages where you can actually track your goals, track it every month. And at the end of the month, there are also pages to look at how the entire month was, with specific, I don't know if you can see that, with specific questions. And at the end of the quarter, you actually have the opportunity to review the whole quarter as well. And there are tons of other pages in here. This is out now, so grab your copy, because this will absolutely help you. So, you know, take action and be affirmative with that action. And then self-care, you know, take some time off when you need it. It's okay to do that. I was telling one of my launchers who joined me for a free breakthrough consultation earlier today, that, you know, she was actually having this kind of situation where she said she felt stuck, and she felt unmotivated. She didn't quite know how to move forward from it. And actually she'd experienced quite a bit, including bereavement, actually, as well as just a lot going on. And, you know, we spoke about her actually taking action. And one of the action steps was take the time out. Give your body and your mindset the time it needs just to relax, and sometimes do nothing. That is doing something, right? And so we spoke about that. And so I encourage you to do the same. Those are really important things. Do not put yourself under pressure, because that will just lead to more burnout. Okay, so those are your 7 tips. I'm just going to go to the comments. Molly says taking action is very important. Yes, absolutely it is. Nagagaju, I hope I pronounced your lovely name right. Hi, Nicole. You're a social worker from India. Thank you for joining. Wow, I'd love to know what social work practice in India is like. How do you find it? Do you enjoy it? Do you experience the same difficulties that we do over here? And yeah, what is independent social work like in India? I'd love to know. Thank you for joining. Khadija has joined. This is, hi Khadija. Yes, I was celebrating you earlier. Go to khadijathai.com. She is doing amazing work. Just started her independent practice, and we're still working on her now, looking to grow it more and scale it now that she has begun. She's worked so hard and done so well. So her website is khadijathai.com, and of course I did the case study with her last month, so you can go ahead and look at that. Thank you for joining. Molly says amen to that, Nicole. And somebody else is not coming up with your name, but saying, hi, Nicole, and all professionals here. Hello, and thank you for joining with us. I'm not sure if there are any comments on Facebook. I'm not on that page right now. It's only coming up here on the StreamYard. So thank you so much for joining me right now. I hope those 7 tips were useful for you, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Please leave in the comments any tips that I didn't mention that you think will be great or that you use to get remotivated. This is going to help everyone that is going to look at this on the replay, and we all need it sometimes. Doesn't matter whether you're independent or not independent. You know, this is just a universal thing that we all experience. So let's support each other and share that information. Thank you so much. Nagaguju says, I'm looking for a job in the US, so can you guide me as to how to get a job? One of my launches actually helps social workers get work, but in the UK, not the USA. What I would encourage you to do is, if you go on, there may be some groups here on LinkedIn which are related to social work in the USA, just like there are ones for the UK. But your best option will probably be Facebook. They would have tons of groups on there, and you could probably go into a group where there are social workers in the USA, and then you would be able to have your questions answered there. There's bound to be somebody who hopefully is working independently that can help you with that. The only other alternative that I would say is if you Google some agencies that are in the USA, social work agencies that are, and that you can then contact them, peruse their website and get some information about how you can actually make that transition. Because obviously right now they have got a situation where they're not letting anybody through the borders unless they're going there for business. So I don't know whether it's going to be the same in terms of work and employment. Business and employment will be two different things. With business, obviously it helps the economy, and this for social workers, I don't know whether it will be you'd be considered an essential worker, and so they'd also allow you to come over. That will be something to really look onto. If you go onto the American Embassy, onto their website as well, and look for maybe the Indian Embassy that are based in the USA, that will be a great option as well. Also contact the embassy if they're based in India. That would be great options for you to, if you just do those things to start off with, that will probably lead you on a bit of a rabbit warren and take you down a trail of investigation. So I hope that's helpful. Asinate, I hope I pronounced your name right. It's beautiful. Hello, thank you for joining. Anybody that has any questions or anything, please just go ahead and post it in the comment section, and I will certainly follow up with you and put more comments and reply in the comment section. So please share this video. And for those of you, if we're not connected on other platforms, I'm on Facebook. I have a private Facebook community as well. So please go ahead in there and join. On here on LinkedIn, I also have a business page, Nicole M. Louis. So go ahead and like that and follow me there too. And I have a YouTube channel, so you could go on there and you will find some videos on there also that you could dive into that aren't here on LinkedIn or on Facebook. So thank you for listening and for joining, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.